So we're going to go through the meeting minutes tool there in Procore today. So I'm just going to go through how you can run your meetings and do your meeting minutes and stuff like that through Procore instead of doing them up on your Word format. So I'm just going to use the test project here to run through it. So there's two ways you can do it. So you can we have preset agendas and templates on the system already. So the likes of your site meeting, internal site meetings, your contracts managers meetings templates, they're already on the system. So you can create that with that preset agenda, or else you can create a meeting with your own agenda. So that would mean you create your own agenda, your own items, whatever, for your own bespoke meeting. So I'll go through the both ways, how to do both ways. So first of all, I'll go through your preset templates that can be already on the system. So what you're doing is you're just pressing create meeting from template. So this will bring you in here and you'll see the drop down menu here. So you click on this and I have a couple of templates already on the system here. Now I can put up a few more as well if lads have other ones that they want to be put up. That's fine too. So for this, I'll just use the contracts manager template just for an example for this. So you're selecting your template and you're pressing create. So this will bring you onto your information page here. So basically this page is just you're just filling out your information about your meeting. So you'll see here it's meeting number 1 automatically. The meeting name is there from the template. So what you can do is you can put in your link if you're doing it over Teams or Zoom or whatever. You can put in your link in here, copy and paste it. So you're just giving it your meeting a date. So select your date. You give it a start time and an end time. So whatever time starts and ends, so you just put it in here. So 9 to 10 or whatever it is. So meeting location, give it a location then as well. If it's on site in the office, or say if it's on Teams or whatever, you can put it whatever you want in here as well then as well. So and so what you can do then is you can give it an overview. So just a general description or an overview of what's going to be included in the meeting, depending on obviously the meeting itself. So that's in there automatically from the template contracts manager meeting, and you can add in whatever else you want there as well. So what you have here as well, you have an option to attach a file. So if you need any files attached to the meeting, so the meeting minutes or whatever, you can attach anything you want there as well. So what you're doing here is you're scheduling your attendees. So if you click on this drop down, a list of people on your project directory will appear here. So you can select as many here as you want. So this will be your attendees for your meeting. So you can select 1, 2, 3, however many you need. And they're here there. So when you're happy with your meeting information is okay, you're just pressing save here. Once you've all this information inputted in correctly here. So yeah, so that means your meeting was successfully updated. So you're scrolling down here and this is the preset agenda that you already have. So the template that's already on the system, the agenda is already here. So you see your different categories and your items under each category here. So you don't need to put in your agenda once the template is already on the system here. So what you want to do from here is then you want to distribute your agenda to your scheduled attendees that you're after selecting here. So you just scroll back up to the top and to the right hand side here, you're just pressing distribute agenda. So what this does, this sends an email directly to your attendees. They'll get an email from Procore here to say that. So they get the agenda into their inbox. So you see the notification came up there to say agenda has been sent. So you carry out your meeting wherever it is, or if it's over Teams or whatever. So what you want to do then is you want to do up your minutes. So again, come back up here to the top right hand side and you're just converting your meeting into the minutes mode. So once you have your agenda sent, you want to do your minutes. So to make sure you convert it to minutes here. So this will bring you onto a new page. So you'll have your notification to say the meeting is now in minutes mode, and you're just scrolling down here. So you want to tick off your scheduled attendees if they're present or absent. So present or absent, you just tick the box here, it'll turn into a tick, green tick there. So you see here then, that's the agenda that's already been set, and you have your section for your official documented meeting minutes here. So what you do is you put in your minutes, click here, bring you into a text box, and you put in your meeting minutes here. So you type them up there, whatever way they are. Move this out of the way 1 second. So once you have it typed up here, just make sure you press save. So this will save your meeting minutes here. So that's saved there. So you'll see underneath agenda item 1.1, you have your meeting minutes here. And as well, any actions that arise in your meeting minutes, you can actually assign them to people here. So you see this assignment tab here. If you click on the white space here, you can click on the drop down and your directory, your people in your directory will pop up here again. So if you have an action that someone needs to carry out, so you can assign it to someone here and you confirm the assignee. So obviously if there's an action in the minutes, it's assigned to a certain person, and you can give it a due date as well for when it needs to be carried out by. So if it's a week in advance or whatever, and you can give it a priority as well. So high, medium, low, you don't need to fill that out. It's just there if you need it. And the status is open. So when you do your follow-up meeting, then you can change the status to closed once it's once you have your follow-up meeting set. So that's just a way of tracking actions that arise from your meeting minutes. And again, it's just the same principle all the way down along. So your different categories or different items, you're just putting in your minutes, and make sure it's in the official documented meeting minutes here and not in the description. Some people got confused in that before. So it has to go in here, official documented meeting minutes, and you press save, and that'll save them. So again, once you have them all done, your minutes typed up, and you're happy with everything, you have actions assigned to people and due dates given, and you're happy with all your minutes. So what you want to do is just open up the sidebar here again, scroll back up along to the top here to these 4 little orange icons, and when your minutes done, you can distribute your minutes. So you press distribute minutes, press OK. So this again, it'll just send an automatic email of the meeting minutes to the scheduled attendees that you've already set when you're setting up the meeting. So again, here meeting minutes have been sent. So there's your meeting minutes there now. So after that, then you might want to do a follow-up meeting. So once you have your minutes sent, you come back up here again to the top, so you can schedule a follow-up meeting then again. So you click follow-up meeting, and you'll get an option then, like we did at the start, to fill out the meeting information for the follow-up one. Yeah, so see, you have meeting information, follow-up meeting number 2. So obviously this is the second one, and again it's just the same information that you filled out already. So you can change the start time or end time as well, and just make sure the meeting date is changed. So this will automatically come in as the first meeting date. So you want to change this to whenever your follow-up meeting is. So just say if it's a week on, just make sure the date is changed. And again, you have your option of your overview, put in any files you want, and your scheduled attendees will still be the same as the last time, but you can add them in again or take them away as you please as well. So you scroll down here. So when you're scheduling your follow-up meeting, the previous minutes of the first meeting will appear here as well. So when you have your meeting minutes done for the first meeting, you'll see your previous ones here. So once you're happy with that, you can press save. So your meeting was successfully updated. So that means you schedule a follow-up meeting for whatever date is here. So so basically it is what you're looking at is you have your template set up already. All you're doing is you're kind of distributing your agenda and changing it to minutes mode up here, and just inputting in your meeting minutes, and scheduling your follow-up meetings. So what it looks like then is when you come back out to the meetings homepage here. So when you have your meetings done, so see, these are the two that I'm after doing there now. So it'll automatically save them here. So that's the first meeting that I set up there, and I set up a follow-up meeting here as well. So they'll just stack on top of each other. So if you click into view, you'll be able to go in and view the minutes and any items that are arising from the meeting. So that's basically how to set up a meeting that's already on the system from a template. Now there's another way of doing it as well. If the template isn't on the system and you need to set up a meeting and set your own agenda, you do this by just creating the meeting here. So this will allow you to set your own agenda for the meeting here. So again, you're going to see the same boxes, the same information boxes. So you're just inputting your information, you put in your link, you put in your own meeting name or whatever you want to call it if you're in this mode. So I'll just put an example here. Again, you're just setting a date, a start time, and a location. Again, an overview of whatever you want to put in, the details of the meeting. You put in what you want. Again, you have your option to attach file, and you schedule your attendees, so who you want to be at the meeting again. So once you're happy with your meeting information, you're pressing create, and this will take you onto a page then where you can set your own agenda. So it says, please add your agenda items now here. So I see here agenda. So you have a category in your item. So whatever you want to call your category. So I'll just give it a name as an example. So your agenda number 1, you can add your items underneath this then by clicking add item. So give it a name, whatever you want. You can call it item. I'll just call it item 1. And you don't need to fill out these boxes yet until you're doing the meeting minutes. So these are okay to be left blank for the moment. You can just call it item 1. And you're coming down here, you're either pressing save or save and create another. So if you have a number of items you want to create under that heading, press save and create another. So bring it back to this box again. So just call this whatever you want again. So I'll just call it item 2. So that's all I want underneath that category. So what you see here then is, so that's the category of example I've called, and you have your 2 items here. So item 1 and item 2, but you call them whatever you want. And again, you can create your different categories. So if I want to create another category here, I can just call it example. And again, you can add your items underneath this category as well. So again, whatever you want to call them. Create another, you can call another one item 2. So you get the gist of that there. So you see there's your first category of whatever you want, and your items underneath, your second category, and your items underneath, and so on and so forth. You can create as many as you want here. So if you're happy with your agenda that you've set up there now, you're happy with all that, you just scroll back up here to the top again or to the right hand side, and what you do is you just distribute your agenda again. So it's the same process as the previous one. So the only change in this is that you're setting up your own agenda. So again, your agenda has been sent. Here it is that I'm after setting up there now. So you're in your meeting and you want to do up your minutes, you just go to convert to minutes here again. So the meeting is in minutes mode again. You're scrolling down, you're confirming your attendees if they're present or absent. And again, you just see exactly what you've seen before, except you'll have your own set agenda that you're after setting up here. So again, you're just putting in your minutes into your official document, meeting minutes. And you can assign actions out of this here as well. And again, you can assign it to a couple of people here. So if you want to have a couple of actions that are arising here, you can assign it to 2 or 3 different people like this. So it's the same again, same principle down along here. The only difference is you're setting up your own agenda rather than using it off the template. So you're happy with your minutes, you want to distribute them again, come back up here to the top and distribute your minutes. So they've been sent out to your attendees again. And again, you have your option to follow up, to create a follow-up meeting for the week after or whenever it is. So you see your details there and you're just following up again. So if I go back out here to the meetings homepage, you'll see here, there's the one I created. So that's the example. So, and it's just there underneath. So if you want to go in and view the minutes, all you're doing is clicking view. And it brings it back into the meeting homepage, and you scroll down and you can view your minutes here. Now there is a function as well, this export button here. So what you can do is you can actually export the meeting minutes into a PDF as well. So if you want to just view them as a PDF, or if you need to send them to anyone, it can be done that way too. So all you're doing is press an export and PDF, and it'll run a PDF report for you of the minutes. Similarly as well, you have the email button here. If there's someone that wasn't on the attendees here that you want to see these minutes, you can just press the email button, and this will give you an option to select someone from the directory here that you can actually forward the minutes to straight from Procore here. So again, you're just selecting who you want to send it to. You can put in your message, and you're just hitting send down here in the bottom right hand corner. So I suppose that's basically it. Does anyone have any questions on that, or do you want me to run through any other bits of it? Again, if you want to get in contact with me individually and go through it individually, you can do that as well. You can set something up. But other than that, if you have any questions there now, fire away.
When you, sorry, far ahead.
Okay, I was wondering, can you edit the minutes of meeting 1 and convert it into meeting 2 while not losing the minutes of meeting 1? As in going on top of meeting 1 at meeting 2 as you walk your way down through it.
Yeah, so what you'll see is once you're on your follow, I'll show you here. Once you're on your follow-up meeting here, the previous minutes from the first meeting will appear here. So I'll show you this. So this is the second meeting here. You'll have your previous minutes here automatically. They'll just show up here. So you're doing your minutes for your second meeting number 2. And the previous minutes from the previous meeting are here as well. So you can view the minutes from the previous meeting while you're doing the ones for the second meeting.
But can you edit the minutes of the first meeting while for meeting 2, but at the same time while not upsetting the minutes of meeting 1? Is that possible? If you know what I mean, to go in on top of the minutes and delete or subtract or edit or add on or.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, so you can edit them as you go along. So again, like if you want to have 2 tabs open and go between 2 tabs as well, you can do that too. Yeah, but yeah, you can edit them as you go.
Honest, Rand, that was my question.
Sorry, Colin. So in that there, you allocated something to somebody, okay, to do. All right. That person has now completed that action. How do we close that out now that it has been done?
Yeah, so the way it works is if someone is assigned someone, what you'll see is, I'll just go into an example here. What you can do is on your project, right? If you go to the home page here of the project, what you'll see an overview of the whole project, and there's also, so you see project overview, but if you scroll down, there's actually a section for my open items. So see here, for example, that a meeting item is open for me, just it says an example. So you click into it here and this will bring you straight into the meeting minutes here. So
is it the person who had to do the job that goes in there and says it's done, as opposed to me that he's told me he's done the job?
Well, yeah, well, whatever way it's set up, really, like, but the option is there to do both. So if there's someone in control of the minutes, just overall, that person can do it. But if it depends again, you know, what way it's been run, that person could go in and change it themselves as well.
Yeah, like prior to the meeting, they could go in and say, so go to overall, I've done that job, and then he's closed it out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there is the way of going directly back into the meeting yourself and clicking the status of it. So if I just click into it here, so for example, I go into the meeting minutes for this one. If you go into it again, you can actually go in and close it out. So by the time it comes to the next meeting, you'll see that action has been closed out. So if you scroll down here, so see where I have it here. So assignment due date. So I can click in here and I can change this. So if that was opened, I can just click on the status and change it to closed. So that's the meeting item closed out, and it'll be there for the next meeting then to see that that item has been closed out and it's finished with.
Okay, and does anybody write in what they've done, or that's not necessary?
No, so that won't be necessary. So whenever you're doing up the meeting minutes for the next meeting, that can be just noted in the minutes.
Sure, gotcha. Okay, thank you.
Anyone have anything else there, or happy enough?
No, for me anyway, that's comprehensive, Colin. Thank you.
Sure. If everyone's happy enough there, sure, we can leave it at that. And you know, if anyone has any trouble with it, you know, just give me a ring and I'll go through it with you, or I'll set up another tutorial with an individual if that's necessary too. So if everyone else is happy with that, sure, we can leave it at that.
I was just wondering there, Colin, just for the next tutorial, it's something I'm interested in anyway. I mentioned to you about the look ahead item. What's your thoughts on doing something that, or is it still a little bit too? Is it still